not feeling the love for those love handles? Well, this time of the year, so many of us are looking to get into shape or change our shape. But have you ever thought about, get this, using your own fat to help you look fat, like P-H-A-T fat? Laugh for me, Dr. Johnson. Dr. Bill Johnson of Innovations Medical is here to talk about the beauty and science of fat transfer. Dr. Johnson, how are you?
Good morning.
Okay, we've talked about this before. It's such a cool procedure. We can take different parts of our body and reshape them with this cosmetic procedure.
Yeah, we're talking about using liposuction and getting fat from an area that you don't want it, and then taking that fat and moving it to an area where you'd like it. Okay. So probably the most popular areas to do the liposuction on are stomach and love handles.
Okay.
Because it can change the size of your pants, change the size of dresses you can wear, and certainly change the way you look in a swimsuit. We also do the thighs. And the thighs make a big difference in a lot of pants you can wear. And a lot of folks, women in particular, tend to store most of their fat in the thighs. So it can be a real high impact area. And then we do a lot of arms as well. And arms are great for fat transfer. And of all the areas we do, I think our arms are probably what our ladies like the very most. They're all really proud of their arms when they have them done.
Okay. So then we remove all of that fat. We shape that part of the body. Let's talk about how you get the fat to survive in its new home.
Well, prior to about 2000, 2005, fat transfer attempts were disappointing and a bit inconsistent. But over the last 10 years or so, techniques have really improved. And we now do multiple small injections of fat. We pass many times through an area laying down small trails of fat. And when we do that, we get 50 to 70% fat survival. So it's made a real difference in how well the procedure works.
Okay, so let's really break it down into bite-sized pieces. You've mentioned that new technique that really improves that fat survival. So how does that work?
Well, the latest development is using platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, which is your own blood. We process it to get out a product called platelet-rich plasma that has a lot of growth factors. And we can use these telephones to illustrate kind of what platelet-rich plasma does. So these are old, regular cell phones, and they work great for talking. That's what you could do, and it was great back in the day when you needed to talk to somebody. You had a cell phone.
Right.
But when you compare it to a smartphone, you know, this Apple iPhone 5, it can talk, it can text, it can Facebook, it can FaceTime, it can email, it can take pictures and send the pictures. Many different ways of communicating. When we add PRP to the fat, it's very much like taking the standard phone, which could talk to the cells. So when we put the fat in and it's trying to communicate and tell the body, hey, I need to survive in my new home, when we use regular technique and we do it well, it's got a nice cell phone. It can call and say to the body, hey, come help me. But when we add the PRP, we've really enhanced its ability to communicate. So now it's kind of like giving the fat a smartphone. And it has many ways now to go and communicate with the body and say, hey, come help me survive in my new home.
I want my fat to have a smartphone. Absolutely. This is very, I mean, not only, you're talking two things. Removing fat from where we don't want it and placing it someplace else that you need that fill.
Well, and two studies have shown, and were done last year, showed that we increase fat survival by 30% when we add PRP. One of those studies actually added stem cells also, and the PRP was better than adding stem cells.
Oh, wow.
So PRP really makes a big difference in how well fat survives.
This is an important innovation, Dr. Johnson, so let's enhance this even more. You have specials for GMT.
Yeah, we've got a real special for the next 2 weeks. For up to 3 areas of liposuction with fat transfer and PRP, we're going to take 30% off.
Ooh, that's a nice discount. All right, good information. We don't want those love handles anymore. We're just not in love with them. So Dr. Johnson's the guy to call. And for more information, log on to this website, innovationsmedical.com, or call the Dallas location, 214-420-7970. And in Fort Worth, call 817-744-7901. And if you have a question for Dr. Bill Johnson, just email him. It's questions@innovationsmedical.com. GMT is coming right back. Stay right there.